good evening. This is the second edition of Queen Court's Conversation. I'm going to tell you, I'm so excited this evening. Let me tell you, hello, Texas. I love this place, okay? And Dallas is one of my favorite cities, all right?
That's right.
Yes, this is where the energy is. And I am so excited because guess what? I got a great cast here with me, and I'm so excited because I've been binging this, all right? I've been binging this show this show has been on 7 years. They are beautiful, dramatic, energy. They bring it to the table. I'm talking about Inner Circle Dallas. I told you I got it. I've been drinking Prosecco since early this morning. And I have to, because let me tell you the truth. Transparency here. Let me tell you what happened to me. My videographer didn't show up. So, okay, I had to get a drink in.
That's right.
Because I got some special people.
That's
okay,
right.
So first I want to introduce.
I'm Devin.
Okay, hi Devin. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Next.
I'm Nye.
Hi, Nye. And Queen B herself.
Khristina.
Let me tell you something about Khristina. She got some staying power. Staying power, because she's still here. All right? She is still here with Inner Circle Dallas. So I'm going to start with Queen B because she has got a long resume. Say hey, Khristina.
Hey, y'all. Hi. Gotta say hey, y'all, because, it's a Texas thing. Yeah.
Is she not beautiful? I'm telling you something. This girl got it going
Thank you
on.
so much. You're so
All right.
So
So, Khristina, I want
Yes,
to ask you, how did you end up being on the show that long with everything going on in your life? Tell me about it.
It's so funny because this is probably one of my favorite stories to tell. Zachary is actually one of my best friends in the whole wide world.
Okay.
Best friend in the whole wide world. And we used to be broke. When I say broke, I mean no couches in the living room, sleeping on the air mattress. We was broke, we was young. We was super young.
Yeah.
And he told me one day we was laying across I kid you not, like it was yesterday. We were laying across my living room floor. I had 0 furniture. And we both stayed in like the North Dallas area and Highland. It's Highland Park? Highland? Yeah.
Okay.
Area. And so I'm laying on the floor. We're talking. He's on his laptop. I don't know what we're doing. We're like searching for probably another job. So we was good for that.
Okay.
No, we weren't working, but we was always looking for the next job.
The next job.
Yeah. So,
more money job.
Exactly.
Very much so.
So we were laying across the phone. He just opened up. He was like, I really want to have my own show. Mm-hmm. He's a big reality TV show person. And I was like, that's what you want to do? I'm back.
All right.
Like, if that's what you want to do, we're going to do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So once we started getting a little bit of extra coins in our pocket, and he was like, Khristina, I'm serious. I want to do this. You with me? I'm with you. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Like, I'm with it. Let's do it. Yeah. So he was like, okay. So we started probably the following year. It was rough. It was a rough start. We started on our phones, and we didn't have no ring light, no extra lighting. We just had what we had.
Yes.
No buildings. Where we lived is we used what we had. It was really reality. Like, this is how we live.
Yes.
Most of the people that we had back then were our friends, our real friends, and our real family. So, it went from there. So that's how I've been on here this long, because I believe in my friend and what his dream is, and I'm with his dream, and that dream means me being in it. I'm gonna be in it to the end.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. We're talking about vision here.
Yeah.
We're talking about a vision.
Yeah.
Even in the vision.
Yeah.
But what she talked about? She was talking about loyalty.
Yeah.
It's nothing better than loyalty, and having family and friends who when they believe in your dream, then it can happen. Because you blessed him, it blesses you back. Full circle. And
Inner circle.
Inner circle. I like that. Inner circle. Yes. So how do you stay inspired?
I think that we are naturally energetic, inspiring people. So like for me and him, and I would say even Knyoka and Devin, because a lot of us we naturally inspire each other even when we're having bad days.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the good thing about our friend group is that even if we're having a bad day, we inspire each other. And I think that the main thing that keeps us inspired is just life. Like, we want to live life. We have aspirations. So even if we have a bad day, we know our goal, our end goal, and we push each other to those end goals. And with that being said, if you're having a bad day, have that bad day.
Yes.
Tomorrow, get up and try it again.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So that's what inspires me is my people. My inspiration is the people that are around me, our goals that we have set, and knowing that I know these people are going to be fucking amazing.
All right now.
And I get to ride that ride with them.
I
get to ride that ride
I love
with
that.
them.
I love that.
Yes.
And next we have
Knyoka.
Nye, yes. Hi.
Hey, Nye.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to see you because you are one of those inspirators. And I like that.
I tried.
Yes. Now, were you behind the camera at first?
I was a production assistant for a little while because when Zachary approached me to be on the show, I was like, I don't know. I'm not about that drama. I don't know about all that, Zach. And he was like, come on, you can do it. And
been begging her for years.
Eventually, I was like, everybody's like family. So I went from behind the camera to in front of the camera.
Yeah, how did you feel the first day you did in front of the camera?
I was a little nervous because I didn't see Khristina until but you know, me and her have a really great relationship, so it wasn't even like that. But it was really fun. I just had a good time. It was all natural with everybody though.
And that's the feeling I get, that it's really realistic. It's not. It doesn't feel fake to me.
No.
It's like I can tell that you guys really know each other,
We do.
and that you're friends, and I can tell, and that's what makes it happen. And you can feel the energy in that. So you don't be like, okay, this is scripted, another script. Okay, this is more, someone's going to throw a table, that type of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't know. It might be. Depends.
It depends.
Yeah. No, but for the most part, no.
Yeah. Okay. So what inspires you?
Just being able to create. I love being able to collaborate with other innovative, creative minds. I love just creating. I'm a creative individual, so just being able to do that every day, I do it for free for the rest of my life. And
that's wonderful.
This is what I love to do.
And you have children. How many?
Yes, I have 2 boys, 4 and 7, Corey and Antonio, and they definitely keep me motivated.
That's what I was going to say. They'll keep you motivated.
Yes.
That's the perfect age.
They're so fun.
Yes.
They're their mother's children.
Yes. They keep me laughing all the time.
So how do you find time to do the show and be mom and create your business and all that? Super mom,
I don't know how I find the time. I just do it.
Just
honestly,
do it.
Wonder Woman,
I sit
baby.
back and I'm like, how am I doing all of this stuff? And
Yeah.
I just make the time for it because it's what I want to do. I want to be an amazing mom. I want to create and I want to be a mogul and an entrepreneur and do all these things.
And a dope
hang
wife.
out with my friends and a dope wife.
Yeah.
I want to be an amazing woman. So if that's what I want to do, I just do it.
Oh,
there we are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
she
you.
is.
Thank you.
Yes, she is.
And how does your husband feel about this whole thing? Because this is a lot for him too.
Yeah, he supports it through and through. I talk to him about everything, but you never believe what happened today. And he's just there listening to everything, and I just love how he supports it. And he doesn't do too much, and he doesn't do too little. He's just there for me every step of the way. So.
So your children, do they realize that you are doing Inner Circle Dallas?
No, not really. Like I'll tell them I'm going to do a show. Oh, you going to do a show, mommy? Okay, see you later. I'm going to the store or something. Like,
okay, you gotta get something to their interest.
I'm not on YouTube or something like that. It's just okay, mommy, see you later.
That's the great thing about children.
Yeah, it's sweet though. It's
that
really
is
sweet.
wonderful.
Innocent.
Yes. So where do you see yourself in the next 4 or 5 years?
Still on the show, being a badass with the rest of the crew.
Okay.
And, evolving into this woman that I'm becoming. More businesses, more money, more blessings, and just enjoying life. Like, you could try to control what's going to happen, but I'm just enjoying what's happening.
And congratulations on your business. I was watching that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was watching. I was like, oh, you got the beautiful website. And
yeah, I just launched my
going.
blog, and I love to write. I'm a writer by heart, so I'm still going to be writing 4 to 5 years from now, and y'all be seeing.
All right, we'll be seeing your books out.
Yes.
I'll be reading.
I was going to ask you, and so now, do you have your own business and something? I thought I saw something where you were doing some type of business.
I have a few things that's coming.
Because you're an entrepreneur, aren't you?
Yeah, I was habitual.
Mogul.
That's right, baby.
Okay.
There's so much coming up the streamline. It's absolutely ridiculous, and that's another thing why I love this team so much is because we don't let it stop at one person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we all hold multiple hats.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yes,
Absolutely.
it's so dope, and then we
Absolutely.
still find time to enjoy each other. We still have to find time to motivate each other. It's just a different vibe, and I think that with all of us here, you don't get to see the type of things that we experience. You don't get to experience the type of friendship that we experience. Even with, I would say, like even with like, I'm gonna use you for example, friend, if that's okay. Devin was my friend, and I'm not a jealous friend though. But Devin was my friend initially, and he's gained more friends coming here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Knyoka was originally Zachary's friend.
Okay.
And then before the show, she became my friend. And then, of course, she built other friendships coming to the show.
Yeah.
So we gain more and more every day.
Yeah.
So this is something that, you just don't see.
I was gonna say
Genuine.
This is genuine.
Genuine evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
just
can
don't
tell.
see that. A lot of people want something from you and nobody here, wants something from somebody else or necessarily need it, but we're here if we can be. You know what I mean?
Yes. And that's wonderful because a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm gonna segue to you, Devin. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
So you must be charismatic because you got all the friends.
I'm likable for most part, unless you get on my nerves. But no.
Yeah, so what inspires you?
What inspires me, like, really is, like, my parents and then just the friends right now. Because, like, when I first came to the group, as you could tell, I was the youngest one. So they inspired me.
Getting old
Still
now.
But they inspired me more and more since they were older, more, how to stay grounded and, get myself together. Because I was just jumping jobs to jobs and, staying place to
It
place.
takes
Because I was
time to
young.
find out what you really want to do, though,
So they helped me do that. And then Zach put me on the show that really helped out, too.
Gave you some stability and everything, and then you see them and they could be like your mentors and help you out and everything.
Pretty much, but and then I knew Khristina. She knew me from working with her, me being loud, and going through the hallways and stuff. So, and then one day she just asked me did I want to be on the show, and I said,
and you was like, okay, right, just like that.
Yeah, because I was wanting to do reality.
Friend group and everything, but he has to give himself some more props on that because he surrounds himself around people. Even when if he was at his lowest, he's surrounded himself around people who are successful or hope to be successful and putting themselves in a place and are moving him in those places. So he has grown so much as a man. I can't even.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I can't even put it into words. I'm so proud of him.
That's wonderful. How old are you?
27.
And how long you been on the show?
About 12 years now? Yeah.
When I met him, he was 22. 22.
Wow. You're almost 30 now.
Yes.
Okay.
Grew up on this child.
Grew a little beard,
That's
child.
wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. That's
So they didn't see me involved a little bit.
Yeah. So who are some of your mentors?
Well, mentors, I really don't have. I just look at my parents, especially like my mom, because just looking at her, she had all three of my brothers when she was in high
Single
school.
parent?
And she still
She
finished.
was, my daddy was like my stepdaddy is my father, but he was there, but they were young, so basically she was still by herself. So she did everything, went to college, truck driver, so she got a CDL, she's a contractor, she done everything. So I just look up to her.
Period.
And only 45, so yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. So do you see yourself in the next couple of years? What do you see for yourself? What is your vision for yourself?
Handsome and paid.
Okay.
no, but I just feel like I would be well established in where I am, and you're just more, getting like right now. I'm just traveling, getting into that bag right now. Just been traveling stuff, doing everything. So, and last year was a little rocky for me. They know because I was having a little health issues. So.
How are you now?
I'm doing great, so I'm good.
Wonderful.
So, just taking everything.
So you got your strength now and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So where would you like to travel? What's on your bucket list?
See, I want to go out the country. I think I want to go to like, I don't know.
Well, we're going to Bali for my birthday next year.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
So Indonesia is out.
But I really want to go to Greece too.
All right. Yeah, we can go there
This is
again.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys gonna go as a group with Khristina?
I'm like the ultimate group going person because
I
you know
love
a lot
that.
of people go to like group events and it's always people that's getting into it. I'm like the person that's gonna be as soon as they start getting into it, I'm missing. I'm at the pool or something because I don't got time for that. I didn't pay all this money. Yeah, I paid a good coin.
Yeah, and
To
so
be
you want to
here.
enjoy all the
Absolutely.
accolades. That's
All the
it. Everything
accolades.
that's there. You want it.
Everything.
You're like, hey, I'm not sitting here bye.
Y'all gonna be back talking. We got 6 more days.
That's right. I'm gonna make sure I enjoy my 6
We're gonna
days every minute of the 6
Absolutely.
days.
So I love group events. I love going to group events, especially out the country and things of that sort. As long as you got your money together, let's go.
That's right. Why
Yeah, let's go.
not? Why not? So where would you like to go? I know you said you're going to Bali. Like, what is your bucket list?
I already been hitting my bucket list, so I don't
Okay.
know. If
She be gone. No, she
Okay,
be
keep
gone.
it gone.
She be
That is
gone.
awesome.
I think my favorite is the best place I've been is Egypt. Like I'm gonna always promote Egypt.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
Egypt.
Well, shoot,
Is
that's
like
kind
people
of our
want to always
heritage
go to
there.
Dubai, but I've been to Dubai. I didn't really enjoy Dubai.
Yeah. A lot of people go to Dubai.
I
I
don't
think
really
they
like
like so they can say they went.
Yeah,
I
everybody
don't
talks
say this
about
on
it.
camera, but they don't really like.
Yeah.
Okay.
They say,
You
you
know,
know, if you watch
yeah.
the Real House, they
They don't
have
like
problems.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really like
now,
us.
The
Okay.
housewives of Dubai, they be
But
having
you're saying
problems.
Egypt was
because of
awesome.
Egypt is amazing because Egypt is all accepted.
All history.
Yeah,
All biblical and everything.
The original Bible's there. So when I
Yeah.
first went to Egypt was when I was like 14 years old
Okay.
with my school. And
Wow, that's a
I got
big
to see the
school trip.
Bible. I went to a
Okay.
Christian academy, and we went to go see the original Bible. It's still on the scroll. It's in
That's
a big
wonderful.
like some
That's
type
amazing.
of personal glass.
Wow.
It's still in Hebrew. All
That's
that
an
like
experience there.
yeah, it was an experience. So when I got older, I was like, I'm going back to Egypt.
Okay.
You know, because I couldn't do and
Yeah.
have fun, but. And when people think of Egypt, they still think like sand. They
Yeah.
still think camels. They don't.
Pyramid.
They don't know that it's like
Yeah.
a city.
It-
Like
yeah,
like
it's stuff to do.
It's a
yeah.
developed city.
Same thing with Africa. Like when people go to Africa,
Yeah.
they feel like Africa is like poor and like Africa's rich.
No,
Okay.
for
Really
real.
rich.
Yes.
They don't be
And
showing
they
that.
That's the
have high
motherland.
rises, and their
That's what they
architects
had
of their
term.
buildings
Snooker
are
Snooker.
better than ours.
Okay.
You know, so it's just I just like to go and experience stuff, and even if I have to go by myself,
Okay.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So I'm going to ask you a personal question now.
sure.
Do you feel that you would want to get married in the next 5 years? What do you see in your future? Do you see a husband and kids or what? Or travel?
Married again. I've been married. I was married for 11 years.
Okay, you put some time in. So you experience what that's like, the trials and tribulations.
and now I'm experiencing hot girls
to be free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best
Yeah.
of both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But honestly, if I can't find nobody like my husband, I probably end up back with him. That's
I was going
probably-
to ask that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, as single people, because now that I'm single too, as Renaissance, because when you become a Renaissance woman, that's because you've traveled, you've learned so much, and culture
Yes.
and everything, and so people can't tell you nothing. You be like,
Right.
look, I already know.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you know what you're looking for in a
I
man?
definitely know what I'm looking for in a man, and what I think that a lot of women do is they settle for things they've already gotten. So like, why would you
Yeah,
settle
why
for
would you go
anything
back,
less than
right?
what you? Right, I'm not going. If you can provide this and then some, I'm not talking
Period.
to you. Yeah, I know exactly what I want in a person, and I think, and I'm very nonchalant in a relationship.
Virgos.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. So, with that being said, a lot of men can't really deal with that because I'm a woman Virgo and I'm nonchalant. So, I'm not an emotional
I hear what
person
you're
all
saying.
the time. So if it's not something that's very serious, I don't really take it seriously.
Well, you know, that's a good thing though, because that also keeps you from a high stress level or having to take medicine
Absolutely.
later. If you can learn how to just let things roll off your back.
Like
and-
shower wash.
Shoot, that's
You
what
hear
I'm
me?
talking about.
Them damn
Yeah. You know, Virgos.
You gotta love us though.
My
you know,
husband
Virgo
would
is the
know.
only human sign of the zodiac.
Mhm.
And
See, I'm only half human.
most.
Well,
Sagittarius.
I'm a bull. I'm a Taurus.
Sagittarius women.
I'm
okay,
a
my
Taurus.
last one.
That's
They
it.
love to party and have fun. Yes, yes.
They're a good vibe.
They good vibe. Everybody loves Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Sagittarius. My father was a Sagittarius.
Gonna turn
Everybody
My
up.
loves
first
it.
love was a Sagittarius.
We gonna turn
Mine
up.
was
Gotta
too,
keep
but
up with
that
them.
yeah,
Gotta
was a
keep
mess.
up.
But he had to keep up with me, so that's not bad.
We can keep up. We gonna keep up.
Yeah.
You know what I think you need? An alpha plus man. Not an alpha man, an
I don't want an alpha man.
plus.
You know, I don't believe in alpha man. I don't want.
Because you know, you gotta be a strong man. to
You
be
do
with
have now. I would say a strong man, but I don't want no man that think he an alpha man. Because 9 times out of 10, the ones that think that alpha males is really females. I don't want those at all. No, seriously, like those are not the.
Yeah.
If you
you're
gotta
trying to hide
say you're
something.
alpha, you're not
No,
alpha.
no.
Like
you say it, you're
it's,
not.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm
that's
not
true about
beta to no
anything.
man.
So if you gotta
So,
boast about anything, that means you're not.
Absolutely.
That means you're
It's a
insecure.
given.
and a lot of times the men that think they are alpha or claim to be alpha are the ones that's boasting and
No,
bragging.
no, those
and
are
I'm not
narcissists.
those. Yeah,
We don't
that's
want
exactly what they are.
that. Yeah, if you boasting and bragging
So
about
if you just
people,
give me
you're
like
a
a
narcissist.
strong, preferably black, but I'll take some other ethnicity.
Other.
I'll take some other. You know, we used to be I'll take some other. But preferably a strong black man. Mentally even more than physically, but you know. If he's like mentally there, he can lead me. I'm okay. I'm a very strong woman.
Yes.
But I think that any woman, whether strong or at any capacity, will submit to any man that
For
is
real.
really a leader.
That's
Like,
For real. You
Absolutely.
want
It's
a man
natural.
that
It's
has
in
you
us.
right.
We were made that way.
Yeah,
Yes.
make you feminine, make you
Right.
feel feminine. Like you have to be
Let me
masculine enough
sit
to
and
be
subtle in
being
my
feminine.
femininity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I shouldn't have to use my masculinity.
No,
You shouldn't
exactly.
even make me want to. You
Right.
should make me want to be dainty.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
like,
know,
yeah.
I was
Open
just
it
talking
for
about
me.
that. I was just talking about that this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always say Mark.
Yeah, make me blush.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking about that.
Here for
There's a difference between masculine energy and feminine energy.
Yes.
And queen just means that you are a female king.
Exactly.
That's all it means.
That's it. Because
That's
I'm
it.
both of them. I'm
Yes.
masculine.
You know how chess goes.
That's
Queen
right.
is the most important piece.
That's
So
right.
And once a man realizes that, he wins.
That's
You hear
right.
me?
He wins. He's
The
going
game
to
is
win.
won.
Because
You
you got
have
a
no
helpmate,
choice.
supporter. She's there for everything.
A woman is always gonna multiply whatever you give her.
That's
So you
right.
gotta make sure
That's
you're giving
right.
her the right thing. You giving her BS, she gonna multiply that BS.
Yeah.
I love that.
You giving me everything, I'm gonna multiply everything.
That's right.
So,
Absolutely.
That's why you sing.
we gotta play chess. It's chess, not checkers now. It's chess.
Sit on there playing checkers, man. That's what it is.
So I want to ask you, do you believe in traditional marriage? Because, you know, things are changing now.
I don't want to say. I want to say yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I believe in traditional marriage because I don't believe in beating on your wife. I don't believe in, making your wife feel less than or putting on all the home life duties
Barefoot
on
and
your
pregnant.
barefoot and pregnant.
Christina going for that.
I'm not going for that.
No.
So if
No.
that is what you believe to be, traditional, that's you. Now, what I am gonna tell you, I'm an old school baby because my granny raised me, right?
Mm-hmm.
My great grandmother, my grandfather chose to cheat on my great grandmother, and when he did that, she forever cheated on him.
Oh.
So
Not
then forever. When I tell you, when I grew up, my grandfather on the weekends he had to sleep in the outhouse. And her boyfriend would come and sleep in the in-house.
She a PIMP.
Yes.
Okay, now.
If you couldn't, and she would use these words: if he cannot pay what he weighs, he don't need to be in your face.
Okay.
So,
That's a tough grandma.
right.
Okay,
So,
my mom don't play.
That's
My
a
mom
real
do not
modern
play.
tough grandma.
right. But she old school though.
Because
But
back in the day, them women was taking them
she
other
just was
families.
tough. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was tough. So I don't believe in the traditional what men think
That
is actual
American
truth.
tradition.
Right,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's what we should say, right?
Yeah,
American
I think so.
tradition.
That's
Yeah, I
some
think
BS.
so because
That is.
in a lot of other countries, my grandparents on my dad's side are from Ecuador. So for them, yes, they have a traditional woman, but she still she still run the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
exactly.
so I think that's why it was a no-go for this, my mother's side of the family, because it just was like, you're not about to beat on me, cheat on me, and do whatever you want to do.
And just
Why raise your, that's just
You're
not their thing. And I think that even with the modern day life, you know how men are now, I'm not really with that either. So that's why I'm preferably stay single. But my husband is very old school. My ex-husband is very old school. So his parents were, but his daddy cheated.
Okay.
Married, whole marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the mama be staying.
I'm gonna ask
I
you
still
now,
believe in
Mike,
true love, though. I believe.
what is the secret, the recipe for a long-lasting relationship? You're married.
You know what? The grass not greener on any side. So you definitely have to just put in the work and just want to put in the work, because a lot of times people,
That's a key word. Want to.
you have to want to put in the work because you think it's easy, but it's really not easy. Like it's not easy being single, it's not easy being married.
Right.
But it's wherever you want to water it, and just wanting to do it.
Right.
You have to want to do it and understanding like it's not you versus him.
Right.
It's y'all two against whatever is trying to come at y'all marriage. Y'all marriage is like y'all baby.
Yeah.
And y'all have to really take care of
Gotta
that
nurture
baby.
that baby.
You have to nurture it.
Raise
It's gonna
it.
grow up. Like them actual kids is gonna get up and grow and leave your house one day, but that marriage gonna be there still suffering like a little baby in the corner, like your inner child.
Right.
And you definitely have to take care of it. So just making sure that he and I always communicate and come together on that no matter what. So
And y'all grew up together too.
Yeah.
Are you married?
we've been married 5 years now, but
Okay.
he's my high
You
school
almost up to
sweetheart.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've been
Yeah,
grew up
57,
together.
okay.
Yeah, he's my high school sweetheart. We got together when I was 15. Really, he was like my first boyfriend when I came to Dallas. And we had our on and off moments. I went away to college, but he always wanted to marry me. He always
That's
was there. He's
wonderful.
always was
He
a
knew what he
good
wanted.
friend. He always knew what he wanted, even when I had other boyfriends and thought I was in love with these other people, but it was always him for me. So we always just came back together and just made it work.
That's wonderful.
So,
That's wonderful. And how old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay.
Well, I'll be 33 in November.
Okay, the reason why I asked you that is because your story is similar to my story,
Oh, really?
where I married my high school sweetheart,
Mm-hmm.
and we had this whole big list of dreams. You know, we're gonna retire at 40. We're gonna
Yeah.
pay for our parents' homes, and we're gonna do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's Caribbean, and everything was going great. We were building that ladder. He worked at Swiss Bank,
Okay.
and then he moved up the corporate ladder. And then we had to go overseas and live in Europe for like 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And so I got a chance to travel and see all the countries and everything. And the money back then, 400,000 a year was a lot. Then it was up to 500,000.
Y'all
I
millionaires
had a
back
maid, I
then.
had a chauffeur, I had everything at my fingertips. Because when you're an expat, they take care of you. The company
Yeah.
takes care of you. You go, you choose your home, and everything is given. Get this name, Sally Jackson.
Sally Jackson.
Yeah. Does that sound? The name Sally itself kind of tells you a British girl. And
wow.
by that time, and every time I turned around, she would be at the concerts, the dinners, whatever.
Y'all was on some
Sitting
little
there.
hip hop stuff.
Yeah. You know, when he was told that we had to move again after his time was up there, he said we had to move over to Singapore. That was one choice, or I think it was Canada. And at that time, I was done because I had small children. I was like, look, I just want to go home and be in America again,
Right.
you know? But I think the deterioration of that, because when we was overseas, we lived in Paris for a while, England for a while, you
Y'all
know,
was
we
living
traveled
a life.
everywhere. Yeah, we lived a life, you know, and the thing is, when I was overseas, he still had to leave me and sometimes stay 3 months at a time in Germany. And he would say, you gonna come here? I said, no, I gotta have some stability for the children because
Right.
I'm tired too, you know, traveling, getting on planes and stuff, you know. Because over there, we still went to different countries too, like Spain and on vacations and
Yeah.
different things, Milan, all these things, you know. And I just said, you know what, I just want to go home because I was really young and in my 20s, and I was like, you know what, I'm lonely now. I don't have any family. Although I did learn how to assimilate different cultures and learn everything,
Right.
I still wanted to go home.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
Nothing
when
like
I
home.
got home, we had a custom house built, big mansion house built in Jersey, which I wasn't familiar with Jersey either, you know, because I'm from New York, you know,
Right.
you know. But in that's when it started to deteriorate. It started to deteriorate because we started fighting and arguing about things, but that was because we allowed outsiders to get in the system,
Exactly.
our home. you know, and that home thing.
But
you
that's
know,
easy
and-
to do when you have so much space between.
Yes. And so it's hard when you're traveling. It's hard when you come try to settle and get back into a normal American style routine and all that kind of stuff. And that is what was beginning of the breakdown. Even though we had the brand new home in Jersey, custom built, we actually watched them put the foundation in and all the rooms, and I picked out the tile. But even with all that, it just, we couldn't seem to keep it together because he was still working super late. We were still, and the great thing that young people, the most important thing young people have to understand is, young married people, is that you have to, like you said, communicate, stay on it, keep outsiders from coming in.
Exactly.
And because if you don't, there's people who are so jealous that just want to break down that fiber. And the enemy's always trying.
And they have their own trauma.
Right, they have bitter from their own trauma.
They're miserable and they want to break it down every door.
But you don't learn that young.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, like, it probably wasn't until 5-6 years in mine before the communication was, and we was naturally friends. Like, we were best friends.
Yeah.
We talked, but we didn't understand what communication is.
Exactly.
It's actually more in depth than just
communication
talking.
is so much more in depth. It's body language, it's just energy. It's just energy and just understanding your partner and not ignoring that energy either. Because people will ignore the hell out of some energy. Like, you can't read the room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially men.
Okay, especially men, especially Virgo men. Nonchalant.
Hey, mine is Virgo.
Pack your bag, and then they're like, "Why are you leaving?" You know, like, you didn't realize for the past 40 years I've been unhappy. You didn't see the writing on the wall, because sometimes they don't want to pay attention to the handwriting on the wall.
They're just so focused on being provider, being the man.
Yes.
I tell my husband all the time to focus on your own inner healing, because if you're not good, I'm not good, then we not good. Like, we have to focus on our own individual healing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot that goes on, especially with a black man. They don't really be having nobody to talk to or want to even be vulnerable with another person. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important.
And the topic I was going to bring up is the late Kevin Samuels. And the reason why I bring that up is because he put so much venom in our men, black men, to dislike women.
I don't think he put that there.
You think it was already there?
It was definitely already there. He just put the fire.
I think he infused. Right. I think he
kind of like the red caps. It was already there.
That's right. It was there.
He just added his own little twist.
He added the fire to the fire. That's all it was.
And looking back on it, he did have a lot of good things.
That's all it was.
Looking back on it, he did say a lot of.
There's some truth to everything.
Some truths to his stuff, but he had his own inner trauma and stuff to it. You know what I'm saying? His own agenda to it. And it fueled everybody else's trauma. It triggered everybody else. All these other men.
He had so much other personal things going on. I think it was self-hatred. I think it had a lot to do with, hatred for women, for
his own sexuality.
His sexuality. No, not just with his sexuality, with his mother background. It was just so much that people didn't know, and people have to understand. That's just like my grandmother used to always tell me. Everybody can't pray for you.
That's right.
Because you don't know the intentions behind their prayer.
That's right.
That's why you can't take advice from everybody.
That's right.
Because you don't know the intentions behind their advice or their mental state behind their advice. So you just can't. But men, or not most men, say that most men.
Yeah, most. Yeah.
Don't think like that.
Exactly.
Right? And they'll accept information from men before they'll accept it from women. 98% of the time, right? So it was easy because he was a man, right? And they thought he was a high value man.
He talked about his high value.
None of them men knew what high value was.
And that's the only word everybody using, the high value man, high value woman. I'm like, what Kevin Samuels continues to live on? Like,
what does that look like to you?
What does it look like? Right? So, be high valued, right? Exactly. We all can be high valued.
Absolutely. Exactly. It depends on our life. It's subjective. What do you think value is?
Yes, exactly.
You know
what is value? You know, it depends on
you.
Is your value
and
based
who are
on
you to take that value away from anybody?
Right. Exactly.
Or determine it.
And pass judgment and stuff like, you cannot be God.
Right.
Exactly. You're not.
You cannot say you should dress this way, you should behave this way, all that kind of stuff.
I wouldn't take value from a crackhead.
You hear me?
I'm not gonna like they're no less value.
No,
to them
they're
than
not.
You know what I mean? They just make different decisions.
I was going to say that
Like, they
their
have a different
behaviors and
man.
their decisions
Right.
have nothing to do with the value of the human being.
Exactly.
You know, and a lot of people forget that, and that's why we are in the crisis that we are in right now, because everybody thinks that they're right instead of looking at themselves.
You know what I'm saying? Your truth is just your truth based off your own perspective. Your
That's
perspective is
right.
based off how you grew up, your own experiences.
That's
so
right.
my truth can be different and it can be true.
Right.
Just like yours can be too at the same
Mhm.
time. But
Mhm.
nobody really wants to see that. They just want to be focused on being right all the time.
And that's why we have division,
Exactly.
because everybody wants to make everybody believe what they
Make you
believe.
understand. I'm gonna make you
I'm gonna
understand what I'm
make you,
saying.
you know,
Like,
if not, I'm gonna
I
bully
even
you
have
into
that
it.
with
we agree to disagree.
I just had a conversation with a good friend the other day,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, "Well, Christina, you just not understanding what I'm saying." I said, "I understand you perfectly fine. I just don't agree, and you trying to force me to agree with what you're saying,
That's two different
and you
things.
don't like that." My response is, "Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to give you more, but I have no more to give you because I gave you my perspective.
Right.
You gave me yours, and now you're infusing on that perspective because you want me to have a different response.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why you're rewording it as though I'm dumb. I'm not dumb. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine. Very
Absolutely.
educated. I
Absolutely.
don't agree, and I don't have a response
Right.
for that disagreement.
Right.
We just need to agree to disagree.
And be okay
And
with
I'm
that.
okay
I would
with
say
it.
agree to
And
but
disagree.
you're not.
You don't have to
She's
agree.
like, I'm
agree
okay.
to
You don't have to
disagree.
agree with me. But
then
you're
they get
wanting
an
me because you're,
attitude. Yes.
you're still talking
Absolutely.
about it. You keep
Yes.
reiterating it in different
Like,
ways.
let it
So
go.
Yeah.
you do want me to agree.
Let it go,
Right?
girl.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm okay with your opinion. I don't have to
I understand
take
it too.
Right. I don't have to take your opinion. I don't have to follow your instruction. I don't have to, because I'm my own person.
Period.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be with anybody that just takes what I say and run with it.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
No. But then you
Yeah, I don't want no
because
yes
if you
men
got
around.
that going on, then you got to be suspicious. What are their intentions? That they're a yes person the whole time. Like
Exactly.
yeah,
Are you
yeah,
really
yeah.
being
Like
true?
okay, what's up with that? You know,
Right, I
like
can't
why
trust
you agree with
Right.
everything?
Right.
Yeah. So you
want
can't
your
trust
own
that
opinion,
either.
Your own
Right.
mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Something's wrong with that.
Exactly.
Something's wrong with that.
Matrix.
Yes, I want to ask a question about this Roe versus Wade. What is? I looked at Christina's face and that Queen is like, you know, has anybody seen *Handmaid's Tale*?
I
At least
have.
one episode. Of
Yes,
it. What
I
about
watched
you,
it for a
Jeff?
good little
Yeah?
minute.
I have seen it. I
It's
have seen
crazy.
like a couple episodes and
Yeah,
fell
and
off.
you, Christina?
Nope.
Please Google.
See, I wasn't gonna watch it, but it is messed
Just
up.
even if to see what's
Wait.
going to happen
Yeah.
in this season coming up with Elizabeth Moss. You got to
It's
see
crazy.
it.
Handmade.
Handmaid's
Tale.
Tale.
You know the girl,
Yes.
you know the chick that was playing in that
Elizabeth
movie when her
Moss. She
husband
played with
died,
Mad
he was
Men, too.
invisible.
Yeah, I know.
And she
Elizabeth
played in
Moss.
Mad Men
that's
and
right.
all that. Yeah. So tell me your opinion about that.
I mean, I only watched a couple episodes, but you know, it's I just don't feel like we should have like rights on women's, body and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Because I'm just saying like,
We don't have no rights on yours.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I said.
Cut it off.
Okay, off with the head.
Off with
And
it.
so me, I just feel like, and, me just being raised by my mama, so I always just respect the women anyway. So like, it's just never been me
That's
to
what it is. It's
disrespect.
the lack of respect for us.
It's a lack of respect for
Thinking
women.
that
at
we're
the
not
end of the
human.
day.
We're that's why men compare us to inanimate objects because
Exactly.
they don't think that we're human.
Like
They
with some
don't
type of
compare us to
commodity
them.
or something.
Yeah, and I just have to explain that to a guy. Like, I'm not a possession. Like, I'm not something. You're mine. I'm not yours. I
No,
don't belong to nobody
no.
but me.
That's
Like,
right.
I'm not a possession. I'm not a couch.
The minute they say that, you're
Right? Like,
Red flag,
red flag.
where's the
Wait a
red
minute.
flag on the plate? No.
You don't even have a title. Like, no.
Like, excuse me, your name is not safe.
But
Yeah.
like, yeah, like
I'm
I
still
think
trying
that's
to
what
compete
a
with
lot of
this
men's
kid. Let me go
problem
to
is.
the first
Is
message.
that they want us to be a possession. They want to be able to control us, and they've been doing that for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So it's like, we just gonna go back like that?
Okay,
Like,
yes.
we're not
We're
going
gonna take
forward.
away our right to vote too.
That's like-
what the hell?
It's next.
How do you put the genie back in the box? It's
I've-
too late.
I've been watching a lot
You
of
know?
TikToks of men agreeing with it.
I know.
And they're saying like, yeah, because women make too many decisions. You know,
my
they don't need to.
God.
They're thinking
Or
about
they're
it
basing
like,
it on religion, but you're not realizing
They can't be
that.
thinking of-
And half of them ain't
Because
women,
you-
they ain't nothing.
Exactly. Like they're not even.
because
using
isn't
that.
law and religion not supposed to cross each other?
Okay.
Mhm.
That's
I'm
what y'all
just
just
saying.
praying out the
Right,
school.
that's right. Not supposed to. You know,
No.
so what do you think that women, do you think Kamala Harris is doing a good job? Do you think that she should step up more and speak up more?
I think that Kamala
Yes.
does so much in the background, and this is the thing, and it's given a little old school, right? Because old school women, a lot of times they was doing so much in the background, and people used to think they was church mouse choir when they wasn't. That's Kamala. Like Kamala does so much in the background that we don't realize. They actually think that it's the men doing it. You know, it's kind of like Hillary.
She kind of pulling the strings.
Hillary was doing so much in the background. That's why it was so easy for her to step up to try to even come to become a president, right? The first female president, because she was doing so much in the background. It was so many people backing her back, right?
You got that right. Because
you get what I'm saying?
Michelle Obama was with her on that whole presidential trip. I actually went to see them together. Yeah.
Do you hear me? But they don't understand that because it's they don't hear them. They're not up front and center. But I don't have to be up front and center to be making moves in the back.
Right.
Sometimes in the back is where the magic is made. Just like music, right? There's people. There's a producer back there. Right. This person wouldn't be nowhere without this producer. If this song can't be produced, you're not successful. Right. If there's not somebody writing this song for you,
the songwriter producer.
Everybody in the background. If the person's not writing this song for you, how are you successful? There's people in the background that's making more moves, bigger moves, and a lot of times they're getting paid more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I like Kamala. But I actually read and see what she does in the background. So
before she became president, I met her and everything. So I want to ask you, Nye, now because you have children, how do you feel about this new law that's been put in place? And is Texas really stricter than other states? Because a lot of people talk about Texas, like what's going on? Is Texas a red state? What's going on?
Like they're a red state.
We have a Republican.
Exactly,
state.
we're a red state. So I feel like I'm pro whatever the person wants to do, pro-choice all day. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen so many stories of these women. The baby is going to be born without a skull. The baby is going to be born like this, born like that. And you saying that they have to push this baby out and go through this traumatic experience, like you're not even thinking about that. You're not even thinking ahead. So I'm not with it at all. I don't like it at all. But they're going to do what they want to do in America.
I feel bad that a lot of the young girls coming up now have a lot of serious issues that they're going to have to deal with.
Did you see? I can't remember his name, but he's on the board. He got on there. He was a Republican. He was going towards. He voted towards the bill, right? So, but now he came back and he said, "I want to take it back." Because he said one of like the lead doctors contacted him and was like, it's a 19-year-old girl in my office. The 19-year-old girl, this baby is going to die.
Oh dear.
In her, and the only thing that we only got two choices: we can keep her here in the hospital for a few days and keep her comfortable, or we can send her home. They end up sending the girl home. And it was like, she's gonna lose this baby, and when she loses this baby, she's gonna lose this baby by herself. Right, the baby's gonna pass in the toilet or wherever she's at. Right?
Any given moment.
That's a mental,
like the trauma that comes with that. You never
a full blown baby.
Yes,
right. It's no telling if this child, because she's gonna pass it at home, it's no telling if this child will be able to have another child when she's ready.
Exactly.
Right. But we can't take the baby out of her because of the law this way.
This is crazy.
It's a crazy thing. It feels like Handmaid's Tale. It can't be. This can't be real.
Yes.
When I was saying that, this can't be real. No, it's not real.
Yeah, and that's what frightened me when I saw the insurrection. Because when I first saw Handmaid's Tale, my friend was asking me to watch this show, and I was like, well, what is this? So when I saw it, I said, I don't want to see this.
For real.
I was like, this looks boring. It looks
really much
pale.
That's very much.
Giving that.
Like, no, I said, I don't want to see
this. But that first episode.
But that first 2 episodes. When I saw them come in and raid the place and take over the government, and just took over. When I looked at my cousin, I said, you know what, this scares me because I believe this is
possible. They put stuff in TVs and in the TV shows and movies.
Then
like a key.
No, they already know that these things are going to happen. They're speaking into existence because it's already there on the package. They know what's happening. And just like even with this COVID,
I was
getting movies about COVID.
That was
but they knew COVID was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been control.
Obama knew it was coming.
Obama told
Everybody was coming.
Orange Face. What's Orange Face name?
Donald Trump.
They told Pumpkin Face.
Cheetah Puff.
Yeah, that's why Obama had set up that group that was supposed to minimize those diseases coming in. He did that 2 years prior, but Obama don't do nothing. Let the people tell it.
That's right.
That man came in and dismantled it.
Mm-hmm.
So when COVID did come, we had nobody to do the research like they needed to do, to stop it like they needed to do. We had nothing.
Dropping like flies.
You hear me?
Yes.
Scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So we could have prevented this in 2000.
Definitely.
Just a man.
Definitely.
You know.
It could have been prevented. So now, where do we go from here? Now think about this. Now they talk about monkeypox. And they're trying to accuse blacks of being the cause of this by it came from Africa. Does everything have to come from Africa?
Well, this is where it comes from because
we know that's a lie.
It was a story where some monkeys got free out here.
It's not a lot. Let me tell you why it's not
from Africa.
It's not about coming from Africa. It's the fact that scientists used to go down there and experiment on people in Africa. So that's where they give is coming from Africa from. It's not like it's originating there. No, we are taking people there and experimenting on these people and bringing it back.
Now that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Scientists are always trying to do something like cloning and everything else. Yeah, that does make sense.
So like, I mean, I get it why you got, but they're trying to act like monkeypox is a new thing. Monkeypox has been around.
Ain't nothing but chickenpox on steroids.
It is. That's all it is.
Chickenpox on steroids. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as a chickenpox generation, we should be immune to monkeypox. I already got chickenpox when I was a kid. Why should I be exposed to monkeypox? I got that as a kid. No.
Yeah, I
don't want
What's
that.
that thing? I'm scared of getting that thing that you get when you don't get chickenpox. Shingles.
Okay.
Oh, I was scared for
Because
that too.
Okay, they said you don't get chickenpox, you gonna get
I
this.
never had chickenpox.
Like, why you always scaring us?
So if it's not one thing, it's enough.
As soon as I seen something, I'd be in the mirror like.
Okay, I can't even have
good
good
I had
pimple.
shingles. It was terrible. About 3 years ago, I just started breaking out really bad. It was like a mosquito that came in and just bit me up all over, and I was itching and burning. And I went to the hospital, and they were like taking tests and everything, and they thought it was. They said, no, it's not shingles. Then what is it? Then I go home and they give me steroids, and I clear it for a little bit, and it flare right back up.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world? Finally, after the third time going to the emergency room, they said it's hives. He said you're under too much stress.
Oh yeah, that happens.
So look into your life and see what's causing the stress.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to go away.
But everything
until
inflates.
you get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything mental gonna turn into physical.
Yes.
If you let it.
Because I didn't get eczema until I was an adult and started stressing.
That's right. It comes from
Yeah,
stress.
Came back.
It's got to find a way to come out.
And people are like, your skin's or something like that. It's because I use cream for eczema. You got to be soft. It's a different type.
Yes, that's what it came from. Until I got that stress under control and figured out that it was coming from the death of my father. It was coming from all the things that I had to do.
It was a lot of packed on.
All these things.
You found your
When
body
I
just
got
finally.
everything under control, all of a sudden it just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I did have, like you, I had to take a steroid cream and use it all the time.
Yeah.
And it was, stressful manifests in so many different ways.
It will.
You know, your body give you a warning, letting you know you're
Yes,
tired.
it definitely warns you.
Warning before stress.
Speaking of stress and mental illnesses, let's talk about Will Smith. And the reason, why I want to, because he has resurfaced in the past 2 weeks. People have seen him on Instagram. He's coming out on TV, and he did make that public apology.
I just feel like it's just dragging out. I just feel like it's been dragged out.
It was staged.
He apologized,
Very
and like Chris
so.
Rock, what else is you gonna hold on? Because I mean, like your career is still like, what are you?
Tripping.
Like why?
He's
That's
not
the thing.
like- he
That's
hasn't
the
said
thing.
nothing
Every time they
at
ask
all.
about it, he said he has no comments. He just not willing to accept the apology
Because it was staged.
Exactly.
like it's not nothing big about it. All this still happened, and Will Smith still got his awards.
Will still does have a mental.
He got mental things going on because of his own demons that he's fighting.
I mean, he probably is.
He tried to take it out, but
they tried. First they tried to put it on Jada.
They did try to put it on. They said Jada gave him a look.
Yeah.
It was
Jada
Jada.
did nothing. That was all
Jada didn't do
him.
anything, but they
Jada
got
been cheating on him. That's why he do what he do.
That, what's it called? That man said them weird children. What was the man that cooked?
He did. He talking about his kid.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he got in that interview. He said, "Yeah, cause Jada, she looked like G.I. Jane and them weird children."
Oh no, I didn't hear that part of the weird.
Oh my God.
But honestly, I mean, if we really think about it, like we've been weird. We just been accepting it for so many years. Like
I just thought he was weird from the movies he been doing. You know,
No,
like
it was-
iRobot
I'm
and
not-
all that stuff.
see, I used to be a big.
That's just weird to me. Like, so you can sit there in a movie by yourself.
iRobot is good.
It's good, but to sit there in a movie by yourself and just be that crazy.
When I tell you I watch iRobot once a week, and my mom, I used to get on my mom's nerves
It
because
did come to light though. We got robots.
when that dog was sitting out, they was like, "What you doing out there?" That's my favorite part. I ain't gonna lie. But
No, I
Will
was
Smith
when the dog died. I
used to
cried.
be
That was
when he
such a
started
sad-
being in those
Man, Black movie.
no, when he see this the thing. If you don't know, if you're not a real Will Smith, he used to be in them orgy groups, and he would take Jada.
I heard about that.
That's when they came up with- that's when
Exactly. And so then when people are
the
saying now
swingers thing
that
started coming
she
out.
was, they hosted swingers, but that was a Will thing because
I
Will
wish
was
I was
already in it before Jada came along.
Yeah, he was
Right, and
exposed
so
to
everybody's like,
him.
"Oh, Jada's cheating." I'm like, "No, that's not what happened. Jada and him ain't been sleeping in the same bed for up 10 years. People just don't know that."
I believe
Jada
I
was,
believe that.
and Jada and Will said he was okay with her dating August. He knew August had a key to his house. He just
knew it was up with
didn't
that.
know that they had feelings for each other.
What you thought was gonna happen?
That's what hurt his feelings.
What you
There
thought
was
was
an
gonna happen?
entanglement.
You got somebody a key. You done got somebody a key. He is over here.
Because he already
He
been
was so
doing
close.
stuff like that. He just hadn't had an attachment to anybody else. So that's a lot of people in a polygamy relationships or relationships like that is that they think it's okay up until you gain.
You can't have no. Rachel just said that to this girl. Talking about, I could get head in the alley. That don't mean nothing. But you having a connection with somebody, that mean everything.
Men really think that.
They really do.
She didn't
It's
tell
like,
anybody.
what?
Princess had
It
enough.
kills them.
Princess didn't have enough.
Yes.
That baffles them. It
Yeah.
kills. We sleep with one person and we got a little feeling for that person. They done swim 45
45 in the alley.
That was just a hoe. That didn't mean nothing.
That didn't mean nothing.
That didn't mean that. I didn't feel
That
nothing
didn't
from
mean
her.
nothing.
Yes.
So that was the thing. So it's like now they tried to make it a big thing for Jada, and I used to get into it with people all the time because I'm like, I'm on Jada's side. I'm on Jada's side. I'm like, oh, you that type of woman. What's that type of woman?
Oh yeah. What type of woman is
What
that?
type of woman is? Because Jada done stayed by his.
She stood beside him. I'm gonna stand beside him.
She has stood beside that man.
This is your man?
So much so the lady sick. She couldn't keep no weight at one point.
She was just looking bad.
Just thinking
She
about
looked
her.
depressed.
She looked like she was getting.
She was
really
going
weak.
through it, like that marriage thing.
Yeah, she was getting weak looking.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
And they was having those swinger parties week after week. Cause you remember that's when what's Gina's real name?
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell, her husband started having them marital
Yes.
issues.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Her,
Yes.
what's the call?
Dwayne Martin.
Yes.
And they
And he
said
done went
Dwayne
off with
and Will was sleeping together.
Yeah.
Y'all
that's why
remember
they got
that?
He done went
together.
off with Lisa Ray husband.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, and Lisa Ray.
Lisa
got
Ray
up
was
to-
mad. She
Lisa
was like,
Ray said,
because they was
my husband
just
started
friends.
doing that.
"You did that to my friend."
Yeah, I heard that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see why them just I
So
just
it
be
don't see the
chilling.
surface. You know, people
Yeah.
just look at the surface.
But he
and-
doesn't deserve to have his privileges for 10 years taken.
Oh
away.
God, no. Number
10
other
years.
colors than did
10
way
years of
worse.
He can't go to
Yeah,
my
for the
show.
Oscar, he can't go to the Oscars. Everything has been stripped from him.
But
It's
I'm-
kind of been like blackballed for 10 years. That's a long time.
That's a
10
very
years.
long time.
For a joke, I think it's a long time.
Like what?
Not when we got the white man in there and they sleeping with children. They come to the Oscars every year.
You know,
Most of them up in there doing all types of crazy
Because
stuff.
they said the man from that did all the Nickelodeon shows like R. Kelly and stuff. She
Yes.
came out with that book
That's
and she
still
said,
coming out.
and
I
he said
Wow.
that girl said he was a weird dog, just like her mama was too.
But a
Man,
lot
'cause-
like the men in those type of that industry, like a lot of them sleep with the younger girls.
Yeah, that's what my grandma wouldn't let
Like
me
the
go.
kids from Nickelodeon, Disney. That's why they try to keep all
That's
this
my
stuff
grandma
around.
made me miss my interview for Disney when I was younger. She said you won't be on there because she said the Lord told her that it's not good for children. Because I was this close.
Wow.
And then they called my grandma instead of my mama, and my grandma said she didn't tell her because the Lord told her we didn't need to go.
Period. I wouldn't have my kid up in that because
I was trying to
it's
get
a whole
famous by
situation.
anything necessary. Every time I seen a commercial that said just call, I was over there dialing.
Just calling.
Calling, Mama had no idea.
Just over there calling. Okay. I would be on this show.
So what do you think about Nick Cannon? I heard he had his 11th baby.
10th.
Father
10th?
Abraham.
I just saw
11th is
I
what's
just saw
her
the
name?
paper.
Kiki White.
Kiki White.
They said that they gonna tell their
Wow.
children Adam and Eve. That's Adam and Eve because they
Wow.
both on that neck and neck.
Someone said it was 11. It's 10. Even that's still.
Yeah, but he caught up with her. She been getting hers over the years. He just caught up with her.
All his
Yeah.
kids the same age.
Yeah, they like
They gonna
Two
get
months
they
ago.
gonna all be the same grandchild.
Goodness.
Actually, I just want to know how do you have time for all them children? But hey,
He got the money, but the thing is, what people fail to realize, Nick went a long time without having children.
Mm-hmm.
Nick is only doing what he's doing now.
because of that baby died.
No, he's doing what he's doing because he's already doing it before
Oh.
baby died. He's doing what he's doing now because he's dying.
I was
Nick's
gonna say,
been
does he have
sick.
kidney
Yeah.
problems?
Nick has been sick.
He
He's
has
been close
lupus,
to
I think.
death. He has lupus. He's been came close to death so many times. And like that last time, they were like,
They thought he wasn't gonna make it.
they didn't think he was gonna make it.
Mhm.
So, like 2 times before that, he started having all them kids.
Mm-hmm. He had them twins with Mariah,
Yeah.
and then all the other kids is just babies.
There was no twins on Mariah. It still was long years
Yeah, it was
before
years.
he
They're like
started
7, 8
having
years
them.
old.
They
He just started
old.
having all
They
these
old.
kids
They
in
didn't
the
teach
recent
them.
years.
Wow.
And now you got all these other little children just trickle on down.
Wow.
But it's a bit
And the
much.
fact that one time he had them baby showers back to back like that.
Okay, it's like he's scheduling the baby shower.
In that
Like,
year, he had like 8 baby showers.
It was back to
he
back.
had maternity shoes, baby showers,
Like-
gender
But he
reveals. He be there. I had talked to him, but
I-
baby, that schedule was
Well, he got
jam
still rich,
packed.
all them kids.
But he's
Yeah,
rich.
he
He's a
got
different-
long money.
He's not rich. He's wealthy.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
long,
He's
long
called
money.
wealthy. That's
Yeah, when
old.
people trying to
Yeah.
keep saying like he
Yeah.
leave around like you don't know how
No,
much
he
he
got
got
some-
his
he got a
hands.
lot of money.
He
He
been
owns
working
a part
just as
of
long as
Nickelodeon.
Mariah. Okay.
You know, like
Okay, drumline.
you gotta do your okay.
Oh, I remember that drum line, yeah.
I'll give him a little song.
Okay. It's security. The ladies ain't crazy. If you gonna have a baby for your
I'll
body,
give
have
him
a
a little
little,
song.
have
If
it
he
with
like
Nick.
thicker women, I'll give him.
Because he gonna take care of you.
He got
That's the Hollywood
And you gonna have
thing
a
to
flop
know.
party.
yeah.
He gonna be there for the kids now.
I'll be cute. Yeah.
So do you think that a lot of people have been talking about Sherry Shepherd. Some are pro Sherry Shepherd and some are not.
Some of the way.
Yes. Do you think
I
that
feel like-
Sherry Shepherd did
I
the
feel
right
like
thing
as a-
by taking that spot, or should she have just
I feel like-
independently, because she is Sherry Shepherd, just went and said, "Look, I'm just going to create my own show."
I just feel like they was gonna do that anyway. I mean, eventually, Wendy Williams, you're gonna have to pass your torch up. So I mean, it's messed up how they did it. But I mean, they said she been doing stuff, hiding liquor bottles all on set and doing all that stuff. Like, you can't be trusting people like that all the time. So I mean, what you expect? And you was having too much going on health wise. You gotta get yourself together.
Yeah.
So Sherry Shepherd took over the Wendy Williams show?
They giving it
Yeah.
to her.
Oh, okay.
But-
Starts
But
next
why
week.
would you? What? What? You should have came out with your own show.
But
Because
she didn't do that. But the people did that. They just brought her on as a
Wendy
guest.
is Sherry, but it's Sherry.
They put her on as a
She
guest.
don't need no Wendy. This is the thing. Because it's like it's Sherry. She don't need no Wendy Williams show.
Well, she was
If
the
I
only
have
one.
to take somebody else's show, I feel like I'm downgrading. Like,
That
why you
part.
can't give me my own show?
Yeah.
Why do I have to take over?
She was the
somebody
only guest star that
else's
laughed
show?
at that long. So I guess
Yeah,
they said,
and
"Hey,
that's
let's go
what
ahead and
they're
give it to you."
They're saying what you're saying. They're saying that Sherry has done this before with other things, like on The
Oh.
View and all these other things.
Yeah.
Replace somebody else, and
I guess she's not
they're
getting the
saying that
opportunity.
Sherry, you've been on Jamie Foxx, you've been on Comedy Central, you've actually got a very good resume. That you really don't have to fill in for anybody. You can just say, "Hey, no, I'm not filling in for her because she's sick and whatever. Create me a show." The Sherry Shepherd show. This is what people are saying. Like, why you gonna just take over
her
that
management,
spot?
her brand, not made.
No,
That
it's
really.
not.
Yeah.
No,
So-
her management and her brand is there. I think that Sherry likes to be in the midst. You know what I'm saying? She don't like to be that girl. So that might be why she's just taking over the position to see if she can have her own show that's all about Sherry. Because she hasn't had an all about Sherry. That is
right.
true.
Yeah. And a lot of people saying, they've been calling saying,
I don't know, because Sherry could be a little boring.
That's what
I said. What is she
That's
really
what
gonna
they
talk
said.
about?
That's what they said. Sherry can be a little
Sherry
boring.
could be a little
I mean, but I see why they replaced.
I'd rather watch Whoopi.
Okay,
They built the same way. That's probably why they did that.
Girl, I'd rather watch Whoopi than Sherry. And
Yes.
sometimes
They've been trying to get rid of Whoopi
because
several
Whoopi
times.
say some controversial.
Because Whoopi be off.
Whoopi tells the truth.
Yeah, sometimes
Transparency.
Whoopi is a little too old school for me.
Yeah,
but
but
for the most part,
She's still living her
Whoopi
sister
Whoopi
act days.
y'all been
Shut up.
not too much on Whoopi. I love me some. Baby, I've been loving Whoopi since Sister Act.
Yeah.
Okay. Love me some Sister
That's
Act.
the
You
Mary
couldn't
Queen.
tell me nothing. Sister Mary Clarence.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And on that note, we're gonna take a break. Okay. Hey, this is Queen D, and we are back. And I'm telling you something, I'm having a great time this evening. That's what I like about the wind down. That's what I like about evening, because we can get more personal, more intimate, and speak our truth with transparency. It's not all about business. But I'm right here with the cast again of Inner Circle Dallas. And they're going into what season now? 8. Look at that, you can't even keep up, right? 8
Lucky number
seasons.
8.
And I'm gonna tell you something, these are trailblazers. These people, these beautiful people are trailblazers for the Black community as well as any community, because there is no other show on that's doing what they're doing. And that's the God's honest truth. You know, they are innovators. And thank you, Zachary, because you're doing an awesome job with this creativity and production right here. So I advise everybody to like and share and subscribe to their channel. Okay?
Yep.
That's
That's
what I would
right.
like to say.
Yes.
Zachary Productions, Inner
hear
Circle
me?
Dallas. We do have a Houston mission on. It's all about Dallas.
It's all about Dallas.
It's all about Dallas. But yeah.
Period.
Yes,
Please.
yes, absolutely.
Definitely support.
And you know, I wanted to ask them another question, because we've been talking about relationships, you know, and going forward. Going forward, I want to ask you some question about what's going on in the community now. A lot of people are saying in the atmosphere that women are becoming more masculine. Is that true? What do you think, Khristina?
I don't think that women are becoming more masculine. I think that we do step into our masculine zone because we don't have a lot of men that are doing what they're supposed to do as men. And I feel like a lot of men are stepping into their femininity, if that's what we're going to say, because there wouldn't be a reason for women to step into masculinity unless there's a lack of.
Right.
I agree with that. You was going to say something now?
Oh no, I agree. Like we were talking about earlier, you have to be able to walk into your femininity when a man is walking in his masculinity. So
Right.
if that's not the case, a woman, we can be both. We can,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
handle
We
it
was
all.
born of you.
Men
so.
come from us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna do what we have to do, but I do feel like that's the truth because women aren't accepting a lot of bullshit anymore. You know, back in the
That's the
day,
problem.
they was accepting everything, bless their hearts, but we
'Cause we ain't
got
the
different
girls.
standards.
Yeah,
we
we're not
ancestors.
ancestors.
We're not
We're not ancestors.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, and I
No.
think that women are so controlling, so narcissistic. It's like women get a job, they're successful at their job, they get, education, they're successful at their
That's
education. We're the
intimidating.
highest rank. If you're so intimidated by a woman that you feel less than, your masculinity is now becoming feminine. Like,
yeah.
That's a
how are you intimidated by me when you're supposed to be the man? You're supposed to be the head of the household. There's stuff like, even if I make more money than you, I could never be you because you're a man.
That superficial shit don't matter.
Right, like,
they
yeah.
take it as
But it's not women that's telling
Exactly.
me that. It's the men just taking it personal because we've always been behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, I'm gonna take it back to the music thing again. It's kind of like a songwriter coming
Right.
out and want to sing their own song.
exactly.
It's not seen as like a positive thing a lot of times, and
Like,
sometimes
oh, you
people-
want to be a
and they be like, oh, she's new. But a lot of times they've been here for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Like
even
your favorite faves.
Right.
Songs,
Like, and
then
then already writing their songs. So even Neo, like, people accepted Neo, but he's a man. So it's a little bit different, right? But, like, even with Neo, it took a while for people to accept him as a singer, even though he had been a songwriter for like 10 plus years before that.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. So I think that's what's happening with women is like now we're owning everything around us and we don't care. Unapologetically. We don't care what men think or nobody else think. Like, we're getting our education on. Like, we're the highest paid. We're not the highest paid yet, but we're getting there.
We getting there. We getting our healing on. I'm not worried about what you have going on. I'm not worried about being a high value woman just for you. I want to be a high value woman for me.
That's right.
It's for me. It turned me on.
And it's the self-righteous thing for men. Like, it's the fact that men really thought for all these years, like, we dress up to impress them.
I know.
Like, I didn't know they thought that. They really think that.
They think we doing all this for them.
No, we're doing it because it makes us feel good.
Right.
Yeah. Like what?
And that's where the insecurities come. Like, oh, you're going out to see another man because you dressed up. No. I just want to feel good.
Like, I feel good.
This is just for me. It makes me feel for you.
Yeah.
Period.
So you think America's ready for a female president?
They better be.
I am.
Ready
and they didn't have all this foolery, everything else.
Okay, they had everything.
Let me tell you something. Tell y'all a secret. I ain't never voted before except Hillary.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I ain't never voted. And that's the
only
reason why I've never voted is because like my family religion at the time, like my grandma is like a Jehovah's Witness, so they was like very big on certain stuff. Like when we was young, we didn't celebrate Christmas, none of that.
Yeah.
None of that stuff didn't even come around until like my stepdaddy came into the picture.
Okay.
Like so.
Yeah.
And I just never just like really honestly looked at it.
We celebrate. That's crazy because we celebrate my family. We grew up Buddhist, so we still got to see Sam.
No.
And too fair.
And don't you dare call my grandma on her birthday to tell her happy birthday because she finna snap on you. Tell me, you know I don't believe in this. I don't
birthday.
Yeah.
But that religion thing really takes over
like
people's minds.
Because it's like
it takes over people's minds, so they think that's really them.
Because it took a while. It took like my grandma a while just to be comfortable with me and my cousin just being gay. Because for a while, because the religion and stuff. They were like
stones at you.
You can't do that, and like it took a while for my grandma just to like really just be accepting with my cousin, and my cousin and her girlfriend been together for almost like 10 years.
Well, they don't believe. Like I don't know. Well, okay. Again, my granny was Buddhist, so like, but my cousins and stuff are all gay. My cousins gay. They all females, but like my granny was very accepting, but she just said what she wanted to say. Now I don't agree with that either because the type of stuff sometimes that is said. Because honestly, you know, I have a problem sometimes saying certain words, and my friends will be like, "It's not okay." I'm like, "Look, I'm old school. Like, just, I don't mean no harm. Like, but." You know, we learn.
Buddhism is another level of spirituality.
Yeah,
where you
it's a different level.
Stuff.
Yeah, like, but
at the same time, she's still a human. So
right, so they exactly. So like for them, it was like my granny didn't care. Like when it was so funny because when my aunt finally came out, was like, "Mama, I'm a lesbian." She was like, "What's that?" And she was like, I like women because she was married to 2 different men like for years.
He's unhappy.
She was like, I like women. She was like, baby, I've been knowing you like them women. I've been knowing you like them women. You like them girls that look like them boys.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, so you okay? But she was like, I'm not the one with the problem. You the one with the problem because you trying to hide it from me. I was like, you know, and that's just, I mean, that was a beautiful thing for me because you know, seeing a lot of my other friends, it was not accepted in their house. So like,
me personally, me coming out, I was more worried about my stepdaddy. But he was more accepting than my mama. My mama had a breakdown.
Well, he the one brought sanity, so he gotta be more accepting.
Like my stepdad was very accepting, you know, but he made sure, you know, it took her a little minute.
Jehovah's Witness, they strong.
Like when I had told her,
you can't do nothing in that religion.
No, you
can't. It's just like it puts you in such a small box.
But it's just like my grandma is the only one that's really baptized. Like everybody else was only there by association because my grandma was like had to raise everybody because my grandfather died and all that. So everybody just go off of that religion. And so like, for a while, my mama, like my grandma would tell you, all of us is worldly, and we just.
I love that word. Worldly. Like that word is so like open and closed. And I'll be like, oh, you're so worldly. You know that's an insult. What do you mean? Say you worldly?
It's really worldly.
I'd be like, can you explain?
You're like, hey, explain.
That's pretty much what that's so worldly. You of the world.
Let me tell you something. My mother, she's old fashioned too, and she's like, you better get ready. You better get ready. I'm like, because she's talking about the rapture, you know. Don't you know what's going on in the world, this and that? And you don't act like you care about anything and blah, 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 blah. I said, Mom, what do you want me to do? I read the book too. But
okay, 1,000 times.
Okay. No control over what's going to happen.
That's definitely
so
how
I might as well just
live
be me and do me. But you don't care about anything. I said, well, what can I do? What can I do? I can't do anything except live my life to the best of my ability.
I gotta work on myself.
Yeah. That's all I said, you know. And so she, you know, I used to hide my wine. You know, like, oh, boy. And sometimes now I still, and I know it's psychological. Thing.
Yeah, it's just a trigger.
It's psychological. It's a trigger because I know she's in the house with me. You know, so I really can't have anybody there because she is so by the book.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, you couldn't wear.
Judge me.
That's
okay. Where's your jacket to cover your arm?
Have your shawl. You don't got no shawl on your leg.
Yes. Where's
my
your
grandma
stocking?
should call me in the barbecue and be like, your cousin just came
I'm a whore because I got
That's what I'm saying. You're showing your
body.
Yeah, you're showing your body and all.
Oh yeah, my grandma don't play that. She'll call you in a heartbeat.
Woo. You know, and it can be really exhausting.
Yeah, it is
frustrating when you got so much
they
every day
their
looking
ways.
at you.
That was their era.
Exactly.
You know,
that was their. We
era.
gotta free ourselves as this generation because it's I'm unhappy. You unhappy with that? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you can't just go by whatever they say. They
And
say don't question God, don't question this, don't question that. I got questions.
Of course.
And I need answers.
Yes. Yeah. You know.
But it's crazy because they tell us not to question God, but God already knows that we're gonna have questions.
Exactly.
And he's okay with that.
So, like, right, he's okay with that. But you know, sometimes we have to go outside of our humanly, you know, power. Like the things that our parents have told us.
Exactly.
You know,
go outside when we know. Well, when we were taught.
Right. We have to actually indulge and read ourselves.
Yes.
And that's when we get our true knowledge.
Exactly. You gotta go on your own journey.
I believe in spirituality and not religion. Because man has too many flaws.
Exactly.
And too many rules when you go to
and at the end of the day, all the religions say the same thing. Yeah. If you look further into it, they all say the same. Most of them say the same thing in different ways.
And most of them, sometimes it just feel like you just be putting people down. Sometimes I just...
Yeah. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to let the spirit talk to me.
Exactly.
That's it. And tell me yes or no.
Work on you so the discernment can be there for you.
And you work on you. Okay?
That's right.
But anyway, I just want to go and ask you a real quick question. What is on your bucket list that you would like to do?
My bucket list is to buy me my dream car, which is a Range Rover. Cash.
That's your dream car?
Yeah, I'm just wondering. You know, Khristina just, you know.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's over.
She's worldly.
It's overpriced.
It's overpriced. That's my mom said the same thing.
And they made it smaller. The Range is
way be like my mama. Okay. Let me just get me my car.
Okay. That's
I'm a ride in it. But I'm a judge it.
Oh my goodness. And what's on yours, Di?
I would say to write a book. Yeah.
I'll read it too.
Yeah.
I'm reading it.
I'll read it.
And what about you, Khristina?
I'm gonna say truthful. On my bucket list, I want to be like I told you I was habitual, but I want to have at least 10 different streams of income.
Period.
And I want to build like a generational wealth for my kids. I do not have children yet, and I want to prepare my children for everything that has to come. Yeah.
That's what I, had said. My bucket list would be to build generational wealth so that when I'm gone, it continues.
Yes.
Even after I'm gone. And that's what you call wealthy.
I mean, beyond like the
leave a legacy.
Yeah, because I don't want to be just rich. I want to be wealthy. Like I want my kids to not even be able to make me broke.
Right.
Like
yes. What were you saying, Derek?
I was just putting all the story together when you was talking about you was, you know, when you was younger with the 2 kids. I said, oh, so he was there. That was him. You know what I mean? It's just adding all up together. Like the story you was telling, I'm like, he was there. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so he was doing a lot of traveling, so I'm like, I understand.
It's a family affair.
Yes, I love it. I'm here for it.
It's beautiful.
Well, I just want to say thank you for coming out. I appreciate you
No, it's a
taking the
pleasure.
time. It's been so much
Thank you.
fun. I can't wait to see the next season.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see you again.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. I'm
Excited.
definitely going to, yes.
We'll have to have
I
the
want
rest
to
of the
have you
cast
back
here.
again. We're going to do this again, and I will have, I'll talk to the spirit about it.
Yes.
Just, you know, because sometimes you say, it's going to be this way, and then you know what happens.
It never comes the way you want it to.
That's
happen.
right.
It comes where it's supposed
That's
to.
right.
Exactly.
Timing. But I want us to do a cheers.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheers.
On the bottom.
Friends
Yeah.
and prosperity, good health and love.
It was a
Yes.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And on that note, I want to say thank you, everyone, all the YouTubers out there for watching Queen's Court Conversation. And remember to watch Inner Circle Dallas.
Yes, ma'am.
Subscribe, like.